So recently, Islam Makhachev and Justin Gaethje got into a little argument over social media about the fact that Gaethje said that Islam needs to fight Benny Dariush before he gets a chance at the title in front of Gaethje. And Gaethje was right because I guess Islam versus Benny is scheduled for February 27th, which is going to be a great matchup. But kind of want to take a step back and talk about their whole little argument over social media because I think it was actually a bad idea for Justin to even do it to begin with, even to like talk about it, even though he ended up being right, even though he ended up. Even though Islam actually ended up getting the fight against Dariush, I think that was already lined up beforehand, or at least Islam knew he was going to have to fight Dariush. I think Justin just put himself in a bad position because Justin had the title shot locked up. He was next. He's next after Dustin Poirier. So whoever wins between Dustin versus Oliveira in December, whoever wins out of the two of them is going to face Justin. At least they should be. It's obviously not scheduled yet, but I think Justin had that locked up for multiple reasons. Like, first off, Justin is one of the most entertaining fighters in the UFC. Everybody loves to watch him. That fight versus Michael Chandler recently was insane. It's probably going to be the fight of the year. It's one of the fight of the decades, even though it's only 2021. But also, Justin has been facing top level competition for a long time. Even though Chandler, I like Chandler, but he's 2-1 in the UFC. He obviously beat Hooker in his debut, but then he lost to Oliveira for the championship, and now he's lost to Gaethje. So I don't know if he's actually a top tier, top five guy in the lightweight division. But outside of that, Gaethje's been fighting killers for a long time. He also had that fight against Khabib for the title not too long before his fight versus Chandler. Obviously, Khabib retired after that one. But I think he had the title shot locked up next. I think there's no point in him calling out Islam. It actually just gives Islam the opportunity to counter argument and create conversation that would, in the public's eye, make Islam be the rightful owner of the next title shot. I mean, it didn't work out that way, but I think it was bad by Justin just to do it to begin with. Now, I love Justin as a fighter. I think the majority of UFC fans and casual fans even do too because of his fights. He's really fun to watch, but from a promotion standpoint, I just can't rock with him on that one. It puts him in a bad spot. It just puts him in a bad spot. Let's Islam, bring up his own points as to why. Actually, not even Islam. It's actually Islam fans. The Khabib fans have kind of transferred over to being fans of Islam now because Khabib's in his corner. And they're ruthless, and they are a large fan base that can drive how things work in the UFC. So just all in all, I think it's a bad decision by Justin even to get mixed up with Islam right now. I like Islam as a fighter too. He's fun to watch. He's obviously on a great win streak, but a win over Dan Hooker isn't enough to give you a title shot right now. It was for Michael Chandler, but that was a different Dan Hooker. Islam faced Dan Hooker on a short notice 2 weeks after Dan Hooker just got a win against somebody who wasn't even a top contender. So let's be honest, Justin Gaethje is the rightful guy for the next title shot. But after Islam beats Dariush, if he does, I'm not saying it's going to happen because Dariush is a great fighter. But if he does and he beats him in dominating fashion, it might be Islam's time for a title shot, and that would be scary for the 155 division. So yeah, if you're watching this, just let me know your thoughts on that whole argument that they had and how it affects 155, the lightweight division as a whole, and kind of also who's next for the next few title shots, because it's quite an interesting division now. We've seen Conor lacking as of recently, same with Tony Ferguson. I just had a video on him last week if you want to check it out. Also, I also have a Twitter, hardsparring-MMA. It's the same as the YouTube channel name, and that's going to be linked in the bio of the YouTube channel. Go and check it out if you want. Follow it if you want. I post some fun stuff on there, here and there, and key you into what the video will be each week, leading up to it. So if you want some early news, check out that. So yeah, thanks for watching.